Hi everyone, it's Hannah Mole here from Mole & Co. We thought we would do a short series of webinars just on various agribusiness related issues. The first one today, we're starting with Countryside Stewardship, and we thought it would be useful to do a quick 3 or 4 minute video on answering the questions as to whether a scheme is suitable for you and your farm. So to do that, we thought we would ask Anna, who is our Countryside Stewardship advisor, some of the most commonly asked questions. So Anna, we'll start with one of the things we get asked most frequently, which is, can I apply for just capital items in a scheme? And if so, can I get money for concreting?
Yes, we can, yeah. So there's a water capital only grant, which provides funding to manage water pollution and to improve water in high priority water areas. So example options include concrete yard renewal, livestock traps, fencing, water troughs and roofing over muck stores or livestock gathering areas. These agreements last for 2 years and they have a maximum value of £10,000. Some of the options available are shown here in this table, and the payment rates that are available are shown as well.
And if those are only available in a sort of high priority water catchment area, how do I find out if I'm in one of those?
So you can have a look online on the government's Magic website. You can search by your postcode to find out whether you're in a high priority water area or not. If you have trouble doing that, then by all means contact me. I'll just need your postcode and I can have a look for you and I can confirm whether you're in a high priority area or not for you.
Brilliant. So that's Magic Maps if I want to do it myself.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, and what about hedgerows? The same question for hedgerows. Can I just do hedgerows in isolation, or does that have to be part of a bigger scheme?
Yeah, there's also a 2-year hedgerow and boundary grant, which is to help restore existing boundaries and hedgerows. So options of it include things like hedge laying, coppicing, gapping up and stone wall restoration. It's open for applications now, but the closing date is the 1st of May. The application is quite straightforward and can be done online, and some of the options are available here in this table for you.
But that's a 1st of May deadline, so that's got to be done ASAP.
Yes.
In isolation. Yeah.
Yes.
So what happens in the scenario that I want to go into, let's say, a 5-year scheme, the full scheme, and in a couple of 3 years' time, the new ELM scheme comes out, and that's going to suit me much better, or it looks like it's better payment rates or something like that. Am I going to be able to swap schemes, or am I, if I go into my 5 years now, am I stuck in this?
No, so the ELM scheme is expected to open for applications in 2024, and it will be replacing the current Countryside Stewardship scheme. As yet, we don't know exactly what options are going to be available under the new scheme, but we do know that if you sign up to a Countryside Stewardship agreement in the next couple of years, you will be able to terminate your agreement early without penalty, so that you can enter into the new ELM scheme if you prefer that one and if it'll suit you better.
Okay, so if I wanted to go into a 5-year scheme and use field options as well as the capital items, am I having to put my whole farm into that scheme, or can I pick and choose the fields that suit me?
No, you don't have to put in your whole farm. You can choose which fields to put in and which to keep out. There's also plenty of options that are whole parcel options and some part parcel options as well. So there's plenty of flexibility.
So if you were to go through some of the most commonly used options that you have helped people put in, what do you think are the most common ones, and what sort of are the payment rates for those, please?
So here's a table showing some of the most common field-based options. Some of the most common arable options are things like the nectar flower mix, the flower-rich margins and plots, winter bird food, 2-year sown legume fallow and the buffer strips. And the most popular grassland options include the very low input grassland, legume and herb-rich soils, and taking field corners out of production. So the 5-year mid-tier scheme is the most popular scheme, as it's got a really wide range of options of both field-based and capital options to choose from. It is competitive, when applications are scored against the environmental benefits that they will provide. But having said that, we've never had any applications refused, and we always try and focus on mainly what's going to work for you on your farm in your situation. There's also for wildlife offers which are available, and these contain field-based options only, so no capital items, and these ones are non-competitive, but they do only include a limited selection of options to choose from.
And obviously we're in a bit of a funny time now. We've come out of Brexit, but you know, DEFRA haven't really kind of decided on their domestic policy going forwards, and the ELM scheme isn't set up. So how is Countryside Stewardship money protected? If I go into this and I commit to spending money and putting in a nectar flower mix or something, am I definitely going to get my money from the RPA or from DEFRA?
Yeah, so any Countryside Stewardship schemes that are entered into from the 1st of January 2021 will become under domestic control, and any existing agreements will remain under EU control for the lifetime of their agreements, but the payments are guaranteed.
So I think in summary, it's fair to say that it's a reasonably flexible scheme. You can put in certain bits and not others. You can choose the options that suit you and your farm. And certainly some of those capital items, things like in the high water priority and the hedgerow, are actually quite good funding for now. So for most people, it probably is something that's worth considering at least. If that's the case, what is our timescales on it, and what do we need to work to go into a new scheme?
Okay, so I've already said the hedgerow and boundary grant closes on the 1st of May. So if anybody's interested in that one, we need to get moving on that fairly quickly. The deadline for ordering an application pack for the mid-tier scheme is the 31st of May. And then the deadline for applications for mid-tier is the 31st of July.
And that's for a sort of 1st of January 2021 start date?
Yes, it is, yeah.
So how do people apply? Do they contact you? I do want to contact you. I think you've got a bit of a guide, and you can send people out the links with a full list of options and things. So if people want to contact you, how should they apply?
Yeah, so if anybody wants any more information, I'm happy to send some information out or have a chat phone. My telephone number is 07950 804 351, or you can email me on anna@moleandco.co.uk.
That's fab, thank you. So if anybody is interested and wants to get hold of Anna just to ask a few questions, get a bit more information, and obviously decide whether it's something for you or not, then please do. Hopefully that's helpful to you all. Obviously give us a shout if we can help with anything, and yeah, we'll speak to you all soon. Thank you.